No. Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yes?
We're trying to
Hello.
figure out what time begins. It's different than you would think. Oh no, see, it just started with one second.
Ooh. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh my god, I woke up from such a stressful dream. Like it was so long and complicated. And is it okay if I just jump right in?
Sure.
I just have had this crazy week where it's like my like so much of this work, so much of this healing work internal. Like it's so internal, and my life has gotten pretty slow and calm. And people are like, "What are you up to?" And I'm like, "I work and I go home, and I sleep and I walk my dog and I
Mm.
watch my kid grow up, and
Mm.
it's all pretty. And I listen to my records and I read books occasionally. And this week I like first of all stayed up for all the Knicks games. Woo!
Mm.
The next one, the championship last night, in the most Nick fashion.
Wait, what do you
Well,
mean?
just like fighting the
Oh,
whole game
shit.
down to the wire, and
Wow.
Jalen Brunson carrying the entire
Oh.
like northeast on back.
Oh, with his mom's
What?
spirits.
What? No, that
Is
was
that?
Kat.
Oh,
So
that's.
Kat's mom died like this
Okay.
year, and he
Oh,
actually
okay.
said, "Thank you," like at the stand, like "Thank you, mom, for bringing this to me."
Oh, what?
But Jalen Brunson was like
Okay.
the captain, and also his dad is one of the coaches. Yeah,
Whoa.
and so they like Jalen.
Whoa.
They brought like so many of them just were like crying, like as soon as Brunson put this towel over his head, so nobody could see him crying. He was
Mm.
just like down there on the ground, and then his dad gave him a hug, and but like the Knicks fashion is just like it was like a street fight,
Mm.
and they just stuck
Wow.
it out, and it was incredible. So between that and then seeing the Wood brothers on Wednesday, and
Mm.
I saw Melissa Villasenor last night. Like I was just
Mm.
out in the world,
Mm.
and it's just the only reason I bring it up. It's we talk about the vertical and the horizontal,
Mm.
and like the
Mm.
inner work and meaning the outer work.
The inner work beating the outer work. Or.
The inner work,
Oh,
the
got you.
outer
Okay,
work,
got you. That way. Okay, got it.
and I could just feel like I've been good, which sometimes gives me a tendency to kind of not be with the inner work, and
Mm.
like in my dream it's amazing because it feels like such a like healing trauma dream, like my place of I'm in this car with Ed Norton the Animus, and I'm scared about moving forward. I can just feel this old of no, he's driving me, and there's like we're gonna keep going forward, and I feel this fear and this comfort, and it's just it's really interesting because I haven't had I may be as happy. Oh, and Wake graduated. There is so I saw a concert, and the next one the championship. Oh, and by the way, Wake graduated high school. Like
Mm.
I can like so I've been feeling really good, which is a blessing. Like I'm not
Mm.
like oh,
Mm.
be careful. I'm just used to ups and downs and
Mm.
severe crashes and
Mm.
stuff. Even though I don't feel like I'm very vulnerable to the crash right now, partially because of how deep my work feels
Mm.
and being on the right meds and being
Mm.
healthy, things like
Mm.
that.
Mm.
But it's just really interesting because like when life is going good, I could feel. I don't want to say the seduction. That's not the quite the right word, but this way that I just didn't go back to my places.
Or right.
Like
Yeah.
because like I saw like so last Wednesday I saw this other amazing band for the Burlington Jazz Fest at the Flynn, Jason Moran and Sabian Glover, which I think I talked about.
Mm.
That night went home to the Knicks
Mm.
beating the Spurs.
Mm.
And then I don't even remember this past weekend, but then there have been Knicks games and they go until like midnight. I'm like
Mm.
wanting to, my body is wanting to fall asleep at 8.
Mm. Mm.
I worked 9 clients on Wednesday,
Mm.
and then out an incredible show by the Wood Brothers, like one of the probably top 10 concerts I've ever seen. They have like music that individually speaks to me, like stand up bass and like funk, soul, blues. his guitar, an incredibly funky drummer who was meanwhile playing like organ, southern organ, funk, soul keyboards with his left. He's like, and then he would get up and he'd play percussion just on this guitar with no strings, and he'd also play melodica. This guy, John O'Rex, um, and I saw this really dear old friend of mine. Like I just have all this. So I went to the Savvy Glover show with this dear friend of mine, Joe. I was able to get Joe tickets to the Wood Brothers because I got on the guest list, and then I also brought this dear old friend Val, who I've been friends with for 25, 30 years. She and I went to the show and then saw old friends, Jane and Adam, who I hadn't seen in person for years. I go into the bathroom, standing at the urinal where the only people in the bathroom like, hey, Adam. So there's just all this interaction and social stuff. And then left the Wood Brothers to another Knicks game. And then, like, last night, I went to see Melissa Villasenor with another dear friend of mine and got home with the first quarter of the Knicks game and was up till like 12:30. So, and I'm exhausted, and I had a really hugely stressful dream. It's just, I'm not sure how to put it. Like, this is my own experience as someone who's like spent so much time not happy and like in the trauma shell, regardless of what's going on in the horizontal. And I feel like my life has felt so blessed, and yet I can get so dark and nihilistic, and my trauma is around just it feeling intolerable. Um, and so now it's like, oh, and Wade's graduation was fucking amazing. Like it's so interesting because I haven't felt an up and down with it. I've just felt like good. I haven't felt like I've been aware of he's growing and leaving and all this, but for me it was like this culmination of this excitement of all this hard work and all the love that we poured into him, and also his friends. He has like 7 or 8 like dear friends who I've seen grown up, and I was just so excited to see them walk around the stage and sneak out as they were proceeding out, and I gave like all of them high fives as they were leaving, and yeah, so all this joyous boy healed energy in me, like really enjoying these concerts and really loving the Knicks, and I'm like, okay, but where's the quiet healing place? Because I also had an incredible session. Like it's easy to forget the inner thing, which is kind of okay. People be like, but why do you need it if you're feeling so good? But I feel like I really do.
Yeah.
Like I need to ground, because in the internal family system session that I've had this part that ties to the dream work of this really intensely terrified pre-verbal part that now feels like it's in a safe place. It's no longer in the trauma, but it's still terrified and just needs to like regulate. And that part felt really held. Like I could feel animus, and I could feel my own sort of grown-up self creating space for it. And then this other part popped up, which was really interesting. That's like a new thing. This part that's feeling like it's left out of the celebration, which is like this part that feels so clear. Because at first I was like, before, right at the end, I was like, ooh, something's popped up that's really jealous of how much I'm feeling held and celebrated and grateful, and that part popped up at the end. So this week, like, we just was able to go back in, and that feels like the part that just worked so hard for 5 decades to like keep me going despite the severe terror and immobilization in my system. And that was the part that it's like, I don't know what to even call it. I want to call it the warrior part, but I don't really like calling it part because it's really young. Like it should not have been put in that position to be the warrior part. But that part's like I worked so fucking hard, and now y'all are gonna go out and celebrate. Like it feels like one of the guys who lost on the Spurs or something. It's like all this hard work for nothing.
Yeah, it's
Like
so
when like
deep.
Yeah, like Wemby, the guy for the Spurs, is like, he worked his ass off, even though it's kind of a cheap shot. But they lost. And the Knicks are like, what? Like, on their home court in San Antonio. And, like, I like that part. I was able to, with the help of a therapist, like, really appreciate it. And so it doesn't feel so, it's not angry, but it still feels like it's kind of in the sidelines. Like, I kind of want to welcome that part back in more and bring it into the car with me, and like, but it doesn't understand. It almost like doesn't understand the joy. It's like, so
Sure. Yeah.
so I've been not aware, not conscious of that all week, and it also has been fucking hot, so it's harder for me to like ground and like heat, and I've been eating too much because I haven't been grounded. Um, thank God I don't really have anything to do. And doing this with you is so helpful because it helps remind me of this inner place. And I guess the thing for me is like I get it. Like I get why it's so easy to project. Like it's so easy to not do the spiritual, whatever we want to call it, this deeper. I don't, the deeper work.
Like returning
returning inward and seeing
yeah.
what's happening, because the world is either can feel so gratifying or unsatisfying at the same time.